Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about lubricant and especially semi-solid lubricant, which is grease. So before proceeding, let us see what is lubricant. Lubricant is any chemical substance which is introduced in the machine in order to reduce the friction between the two moving surfaces of the machine. Since friction creates a lot of wear and tear in the machine and it does not provide uniform motion and it actually hinders the efficiency of machine, we need to reduce friction, and that is why a lubricant is added in it. It could be of many types, like based on physical state, you can classify it as liquid lubricant, semi-solid lubricant and solid lubricant. Today we are going to focus on semi-solid lubricant. Semi-solid are neither solid and nor liquid, right? They are in between states. So what we do normally is we take a liquid lubricant. Let's say you are taking a oil, but when you take a oil, sometimes there are machines wherein the oil does not remain in the place and it does not serve the purpose. When it is liquid, it has a ability to accumulate dust and dirt. So there are many machines wherein we cannot afford to have a single dust particle in the efficient working of the machine, right? So for that we need a lubricant which is remaining there in the place. So for that we use semi-solid lubricant because there the liquid lubricant does not work. Now, as I said, we are going to discuss one example, and that is grease. Now, grease chemically is dispersion of soap in oil. Dispersion of soap in oil means soap you have to disperse in hot lubricating oil. So basically when we undergo the saponification process, at that duration when the soap is getting formed, you have to agitate the soap with hot lubricating oil. So when we continuously stir it, the soap becomes dispersed in oil, and that is known as grease. There are thickeners and additives also which are to be added, but the major ingredient is soap and oil. Now based on soap, it could be of lithium based type, sodium based, calcium based. Means if I have taken a lithium hydroxide as a base in order to prepare a soap, the grease becomes lithium based grease. Similarly, if it is RCOONA, that is the soap was sodium based, so the grease becomes sodium based, and likewise calcium. And Excel is when you add resin along with that. So basically there are many types of greases, and the soap decides the nature of the grease, which kind of grease it will be. But we have to check the property of grease before using it for any of the application. So let us discuss the properties of grease. In general, there are two main properties of grease: drop point and penetration index. As you say drop point, the name says that it has to do with point, and point means temperature, and obviously with a drop. So let's see what is drop point. It is actually a temperature at which the grease converts into liquid state. When I said grease, so grease was semi-solid. If you remember, grease was dispersion of soap in oil. That means soap and oil are the main function. So you have to see that when it converts into liquid state, that means the dispersion gets dissociated. The oil comes out of the soap dispersion and the grease is no longer stable. So basically here we have to see when the grease is not stable, up to what temperature it is stable, and after that it becomes unstable. Let's see the apparatus now. In the apparatus you may see there is a metal case. Now in that metal case there is a hole present at the bottom, but since it is semi-solid, the grease is semi-solid, it does not fall. So we have to take the sample grease here in the metal case. Now you have to put a thermometer here because obviously we need to note the temperature. Then you have to put it in a glass tube and then you have to heat it. But we are not supposed to heat it directly. We are going to heat it indirectly. Now here you can see there is a beaker, obviously made up of glass, and then a solution is filled in it. Now you may take water here, or you may take paraffin oils also, depending on up to what temperature you need to heat it. Like 100 degree if it is required, you may take water outside. But if it is more, then you have to take a oil. So what we have done is we have kept this boiling tube in the beaker which is having a paraffin oil, and now you start heating it. Now when you start heating it, this oil gets heated up and the heat goes inside the metal case, and indirectly the grease temperature also starts rising. Now what you have to do is to just observe this area. Just observe what is happening here. You'll see that the temperature has started rising, and after some time when the temperature is very high, you'll observe that a drop is falling out of that metal case. And as soon as you observe a drop coming out of that metal case, you have to simply note that temperature, because that is the temperature at which the oil of the grease comes out and started falling, and that is the drop which you have seen. And this is what drop point is: temperature at which grease converts into liquid state. Now let us see a video in which I will describe you that how a drop point is to be calculated, and this is actually posted on my YouTube channel, the full video. I have just taken the excerpt from it.
500 ml of paraffin liquid.
So
now,
you
open the drop point probe as shown here.
Can see the metal case here.
Now fill the grease inside the metal cap.
See, this is the metal case in which you have to fill the grease, and this is the hole present at the bottom.
Then close the drop point probe.
This is the thermometer.
Put the setup in beaker. Now switch on the burner. The temperature rises to 75 degrees in 13 minutes. 105 degrees in 19 minutes. 140 degrees in 27 minutes. 160 degrees in 33 minutes. 183 degrees in 47 minutes. At this temperature, we can see the drop of grease falling.
So let us see once again what we have discussed so far. We said that we are to calculate drop point, and for that we had a metal case in which we have kept a grease, and that was kept in a glass container so that we are able to see through it. We have to heat it indirectly, so you have to take someone's solution in a beaker. When you are heating it, you just have to observe that what is happening inside grease. As soon as you observe a drop coming out of it, that is the temperature up to which the grease was stable. So drop point is the temperature at which grease converts into liquid state. Now what is the importance of finding it? It obviously determines the upper limit of temperature up to which a grease can function as a satisfactory lubricant. Like the way we saw in the video, drop point was 183. That means up to 183 this sample is stable, and after that oil will come out of it. So you may not be able to use it as a satisfactory lubricant. The drop point could be 85 for a sample, and that means up to 85 it is going to be stable, and after that it will convert into liquid state. So I hope you now understood what is drop point of a grease. Thank you.